Hi guys, just want to talk about nutrition for anxiety and panic attacks today. So if you suffer from anxiety of any sort, so agoraphobia, social anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, and have panic attacks, or don't, then you can learn a lot about how to stop those things happening if you change your diet. Now, this isn't the be all and end all, obviously, to curing anxiety and panic attacks, but it can make a significant difference. And for some people, it makes enough of a difference that they don't really need anything else, depending on a whole bunch of other factors. But what you eat makes such an impact on the internal workings of your body that affect your mood regulation, that affect how you think, and a whole bunch of other things. So pay attention to this, and if you see something in there that perhaps you're a bit guilty of in overindulging in something or not getting enough of another type of thing, then you might want to consider changing how you eat a little bit and just seeing how that goes. It might be able to help quite a lot. So just want to jump straight into it, into some things that you should avoid first of all. Now, some of these might seem like common sense, but it's worth going over again just in case. So, coffee. Coffee is a really big no-no if you have anxiety. Coffee makes your body much more on edge, obviously. It will cause a sort of fight or flight reaction within you. And so if you're heading down towards that path of panic attacks and getting anxious and stressed, if you've had a bit of coffee and you're a bit hyper because of it, it's going to make it that much worse to arrest your thinking and slow down and take stock of the situation and get out of that anxious state. So too much coffee is a bad thing. One or two here and there may be okay, but if you're a big coffee drinker, this could be contributing to it quite a lot. Sugar, too much sugar is very bad. I mean, obviously it's bad for your health in general, we all know that, but if you have too much sugary substances, your blood sugar spikes up really high, and your body has to work really hard to get it down low, or it can cause some serious damage. So what often happens is you get on a sugar high and then you crash. Everyone's felt that sort of sugar high, then that crash afterwards. That's your body overcompensating, basically. And then you've got to level that out. Now, this obviously is going to play havoc with your moods, with your emotions, and how you deal with stress. Add a bit of stress into a high sugar situation or a low sugar situation, you're going to react badly if you've got anxiety and panic. So try to stay away from sugary substances. Now, processed foods. This relates directly to sugar. Foods that have been through lots of processing, lots of packaging and so forth, often have a lot of the natural nutrients in there stripped away. And this stuff will turn very quickly to energy in your body. And this will then do the same thing as having too much sugar. It'll spike your energy levels, your glucose levels in your blood, and then it will crash when your body pumps your body full of the hormone to get rid of that. Now, I put white bread there as an example. That's one of the worst offenders in terms of processed food. All the good stuff from the grains have been ripped out of pure white bread. It's basically a glucose delivery mechanism directly into your body. So cut down on as much processed packaged food as you can. You'll see it makes a bit of a difference. Dairy foods are another one that aren't so good for you. Now, it's not a bad thing. Having some dairy food is good. You need calcium from it and so forth. But calcium is what's called an antagonist to magnesium, another nutrient you can get from foods, or a mineral, I should say. And if you have a lot of magnesium, it helps relax your muscles, it regulates your blood sugar levels, regulates your heart rhythm, a whole bunch of other stuff. Too much calcium will effectively put you on edge, make you a bit jittery. Make you a bit more tense, and obviously if you're tense and you get stressed, then you can get more anxious and so forth until panic attacks. You see a bit of a theme here with blood sugar levels and so forth, and tenseness in the body, obviously. Another one is alcohol. Some people like to self-medicate. That's not a good thing, obviously, but you get to relax a bit with alcohol originally. But the longer the more you drink, it actually tends to put you on edge. It tends to be a depressant over the long term, and it can interfere with good sleep. And if you don't get enough sleep, that can be quite difficult for the body to react to. Quite a lot of people with anxiety don't get enough sleep as well. So alcohol will actually make this just as bad, if not worse. So try to minimize your alcohol consumption if you can. So again, moderation is the key to these things, but definitely coffee, sugar, processed foods, I would eliminate as much of that as I can. Dairy foods, just keep it reasonable. Alcohol, again, reasonable, if not, get rid of it. So things that you're going to need to compensate for that. So you need to eat, obviously. What can you have that will help? Because there are some things that are going to do your body a lot more good. Help your body regulate itself and your mood chemicals in the brain to be on track. One is water. Water is just... It's amazing how many people don't hydrate enough. If you don't get enough water, leads to serious mood problems. I'm not quite sure of the science of this one, I have to say, but there is enough evidence saying that if you just keep yourself well hydrated, your body is in a much more even keel. Water helps your body function in so many ways, so just drink more water. It's the easiest thing to do. Obviously don't, drink so much you drown yourself, but just make sure that you're drinking water throughout the day regularly. It'll help a lot if you don't do that as it is. Not only is low GI foods, GI stands for glycemic index. It's an important part of a diet to get rid of anxiety. Low GI foods basically are the opposite, I guess, of processed foods. They don't turn into glucose and energy in your body quickly. They actually do it very slowly. They release energy at a steady pace. And your body likes that. It can take that energy in a steady amount and feed your body to make sure it does all the things you need to allow you to move around, sleep, rest, work, everything. But it does it in a measured way, so your body isn't pumping up other hormones and into it to make sure that you're on an even keel. It keeps everything much more even. Some examples, if you want it, oats are a really good breakfast. That's a low GI breakfast. Legumes such as soybeans, lentils, chickpeas are really good. Pretty much all vegetables are low GI, and some fruits. Some fruits are a bit too sugary, but fruits like grapefruit, cherries, plums, apples, I believe, as well, are good low GI fruits to eat as well. So that's a good way to supplement your diets. Make sure you get more of those. Also, this is a little bit more controversial, a thing called a pH balanced diet. There is a school of thought that says we're getting too much acidic food into our diets, the processed foods, salts and sugars, that turn our blood levels a little bit towards the acidic on the pH scale. And our bodies are generally supposed to be a little bit towards the alkaline. So obviously when you're interfering with the acidity level of your body, that can cause some serious repercussions. Now again, I'm not entirely sure of all the sciences here, but I think it's got a level of truth to it. The more we eat processed food in our modern diet, the more we're seeing lots of different illnesses, diabetes, and a whole range of things that go wrong. The body performs better when it was doing what it was designed to do, and that means having a slightly alkaline pH level in your blood. And this can happen by eating certain foods that are alkaline forming. And this is generally stuff that isn't processed, so it links back into the not eating processed foods mainly, but it's something to keep in mind. Another one is omega-3 fatty acids. You have to be living under a rock not to have heard about this stuff. There's heaps of scientific inquiry going into this to find out exactly why it's good. But they've done quite a few studies that show it definitely helps with mood regulation. For people with depression and anxiety, they've shown that it definitely makes a significant impact if you get more of this. Now you can find this in salmon, flax seeds, walnuts, there's a whole bunch. You can take supplements as well for omega-3 fatty acids. So this is a good way, it's a good supplement that pretty much everybody should take, even if you don't have anxiety. But if you do, this can be quite helpful. And lastly, this is not so much a dietary tip. This is something you can have to help you if you're feeling really stressed out and anxious, perhaps a bit panicky. You can get this thing called glycerin, and you can mix it up with water and drink it down. And basically, in the short term, it's not a long-term solution. In the short term, it will allow you to get rid of some of the stress-related hormones, like cortisol is one of the hormones in the body. When you're feeling stressed, this comes out. It's that fight or flight reaction. It actually lowers that for a short period of time. So if you kind of know you're going to a stressful situation, an interview or a party, if you've got social anxiety or something, this could be a good little thing just to keep you a bit more steady. And there's no real side effects or anything. It won't last for a terribly long time, but combined with all the other tips here, this could quite help you. So listen, if you want some more help on how to get rid of anxiety and panic attacks, I've got a website at panicattacktreatmentsinfo.com. Love to see you there. There's a few more articles there that could help you out, and some links to some really good resources that might be able to help you out further, because we all want to get rid of that anxiety, that panic. It's just interferes with our life. It's awful. I know I've experienced it myself. So head over there. Hopefully I can help you out. Thank you.